Hi guys, it's Taz here and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video we're going to show a step-by-step tutorial on how to make the bucket hat, because as I promised, with each digital pattern we're going to have a step-by-step tutorial on how to make the design. If you have already purchased this, thank you so much for being here. If not, I will leave a link in my description for you guys if you're interested in the digital pattern for the bucket hat with a little pocket included. So let's get started. There's also like a little trick to I saw this, I don't know where, a few days ago. There was a trick to start cutting your, start putting them together like a digital pattern. So as you guys can see, I have already cut off the corners. So what you're going to do, I left one to show you guys. So you put the papers together like this, and then you cut the ends like that. So we're going to put them together and then we're going to see the reason for doing that. I think it's because you would see the lines of the end to be able to follow and put them on each other. So yeah, let's put them together. So also, before you want to cut it out, I do recommend you guys measure around your head. For the top of the side, like this area, you want to be comfortable in the side area. So this is going to be the side, this area, and this area, the bottom, is really going to be around your head where it's going to stop. So it's not, you don't want it to be too big. Also this area, you don't want it to be too tight. So I recommend, if you're small, don't go straight for the small, because patterns with patterns are totally different. So what I would recommend is around your head, you should measure the lines and see which one you're comfortable with. So for me, I'm going to also measure for myself, and then I'm going to choose the line, because I know that a small for me, it might not be a small for someone else, so they're totally different. So I do recommend to do the measurements before you actually cut out your size. So I'm just gonna measure, for me, as this area here at the bottom of the side, because I know where it's going to land. Okay, so it's 56 centimeters for me. I forgot to mention, when you want to print it out, print it on 100% scale. And also I have put two little boxes here that you can measure with your tape measure and see if it's the perfect size, and then you know everything's as its actual scale that it should be. So I know that I've put seam allowance needed, but I don't think you guys would need it. So this is going to change before you guys are able to download it, so don't worry about that. So for me, small works perfectly, and also we have 1 centimeter seam allowance included already. I'm going to cut out a pattern. So I just find my scissors. I'm super excited because this was my first ever digital pattern. I did a few videos, I watched a few videos on YouTube, and I downloaded Adobe Illustrator, and I managed to learn how to do them, and it's super excited because my next project after this is going to be a summer top that I have in mind, and I really can't wait. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose my fabric. I have chosen the checked one. I absolutely love the chef fabric, but I don't know what to use for inside because it's reversible and you can use the both sides. Sometimes you can just put like a lining. If you just want to use one side, there's no problem. You're going to have two, like both sides are going to be super neat and super clean. I'm going to put a fabric that I can use both sides when I want to change my look or change my designs and stuff. So I haven't yet decided what to use for my other side of the fabric. So anyway, we're going to start cutting and placing our patterns onto our fabric. So let's get started. One side is going to be a checked black and white. I decided to measure the checks. I'm not going to go really like into detail, but I'm just going to say that I'm going to measure this. I'm going to make my own straps, and I'm going to make my own patchwork of mix of these fabrics here. Okay, so I'm going to cut these in straps, put them in together and create my fabric, and then I'll get back to you for the tutorial. Okay guys, so I just made this and I'm absolutely obsessed. Look how gorgeous she turned out. So what I'm gonna do now, so while my camera is charging, I really need to buy another battery, because at this time when I want to film I only have one battery and it takes a while to charge. Anyway, we have our Ray-Ban smart glasses, so there's no worries. I just created this and everything's in place with the fusing, so nothing is stable here. It could fall apart every second. Also, if you want a little tutorial on how to create this, let me know, and I'm going to make another color, so I will film the whole process. Yeah, so the inspiration was this. This is all in one, the print already, and I just really wanted to create the exact same. So this be one side of my bucket hat, and then the other side would be this color. And I think I did a really good job, right? I absolutely love it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start cutting the one side of our bucket hat in this fabric. So for bucket hats, we usually fuse one side of the bucket hat, maybe the inside, or you want to do the outside part. And also you do get to fuse like a fabric that's not as stronger. Like this is a really, you can see, like it's pretty thick, so this does not need to be fused. So the checked one that I made, the pink one, I did fuse it because it was, first of all, really a thin fabric, and second of all, it needed it for the straps to stay in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting out our bucket hat. Also remember that for this one I have included 1 centimeter seam allowance, as I said, and I'm just going to cut out the exact pattern and we should get started. Okay, we're going to try not to waste. So we only need one of these. So this is going to be, as it says, cut one on the primary and cut one on the secondary fabric. So this perfectly fits here. And also I made these cute little fabric weights. I will do a tutorial very soon on how to create your rice. They are filled in with rice and the rice paper, and also fabric weight, and you can also use them as pin cushions. They are absolutely adorable, so we're going to put that there, and then we're going to see what else we need. So we need 2 of this. We're going to see if we can fit 1 or 2, so we're going to fold this fabric. I'm going to put each like checked area on each check so we don't waste any fabric. But this is going to fit perfectly. We just have the right amount of fabric. I really don't like wasting fabrics, so I mean a bit's going to be lost in the seam again, but that's totally fine. So this would be another one, another one. I would definitely pin these down, okay? I'm just, or maybe I could not, but if you don't feel confident to straight cut from the fabric, make sure to pin them down, okay? Okay guys, so I'm having a little break and I just found out that I've been filming with a whole different format and I cannot play the videos. I need to figure out first before I start filming with my original format. I don't know why I keep putting on MVI, something like this. and it won't read it. Anyway, I'm freaking out. I don't like when my videos are not readable to the system. But we've got this and we'll get back. Cheers. Okay, we are back and we figured out how to transfer the videos onto the Mac. It did read on the Mac, it just didn't read on the Canon application and also my laptop, but yeah, we solved it. Okay, so I have cut the pieces out. The only thing that I need to cut out right now is our little mini pocket. Okay, we have all our pieces from the black and white checked fabric. Yeah, so this is what we are working with. We have cut our black and white checked, as they say, the chef checked. So I'm going to put everything away. And then I'm going to start cutting out our very sensitive fabric. It's gonna be really like, I have to pay so much attention. Okay, so what we're gonna do first, I'm going to cut out my circle. I'm also gonna cut this area, okay? We're gonna be really careful. Let's cut. Oh my god. It took me hours, and then when you're cutting it, it's just really, really stressful. Okay, I'm not gonna lift this yet, okay? I'm gonna put it aside, and we're gonna be really gentle. I'm going to cut two of the sides, one here and one maybe here. I'm just gonna see if I think I could get two. Maybe I can just get two. Okay, we're gonna go right to the edge. It doesn't matter. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure the ends around, or maybe I don't have to. We'll see. I'm not gonna cut. Okay, so this is what we have. Cute, right? Oh, this is gonna be like this, but it doesn't matter. I use the outside. It's fine, doesn't matter. Okay, what I'm gonna do next is we're going to, the good thing is, guys, we're gonna have a lot of the, not a lot, but we're gonna have a good amount of left over. I can use it for another project. Okay, and for this one, we have the perfect amount here. We're gonna cut this out twice. Okay, we have all our pieces and we have this much extra from the fabric that I'm going to put away before anything happens to it. Okay guys, up until here I did a little vlog of everything, but now we're going to get seriously into making our bucket hat. Okay guys, now that we have all our pieces, so these are all for one side. We're gonna have two sides, two brim. We're gonna have one top part, that's going to be our circle of the top, and then also we are having the exact same. I did not cut this. Oh my god, what's going on here? Okay, for our upper side of the fabric, I have put the pocket on one side and the other side is without a pocket. It's all up to you what you guys really would prefer. What we're going to do first is we're going to attach the seams for the front and the back. We're going to attach the seams from around to create the full circle of our bucket hat. So I'm going to start with the most sensitive fabric. So you turn it the right side to the right side like this and stitch along 1 centimeter, and also for the other side you're going to stitch 1 centimeter. This is the brim, and also you're going to do this for all the parts on your bucket hat. So we're going to sew the ends on the seams on this one and also on the sides. We're going to do the same here and the same here. So I'm going to sew all 4 of these on the side and I'll get back to you guys. Guys, I'm just going to do a little test so for the tension of the machine. So I'm not sure what it's set on. So this is a little helper where I start my sewing and then I go onto the original fabric. So it really helps to get a clean start of the beginning of the fabric. So now we have sewn the seams. I'm just going to press them open and go to the next step. Okay, so to open the seams, I'm using my Prim cushion. I am absolutely obsessed with this. It has both sides for like linen, cotton, lighter weighted fabric. I'm going to use the cotton side. So we're going to press these open. It's a really sensitive thing. So there we go. Super easy and I'm absolutely obsessed. I just remembered something now that I've pressed the seams. I'm going to open one of the seams because we need to put the pocket in between and I totally forgot about the pocket. So this is our pocket. We're going to fold in 1/2 centimeter, 1 centimeter in, top stitch and put it in between the seams. So we'll have a little tiny area here. It's as a little detail. You can also not use it, but I absolutely love a little extra detail. So I'm going to fold, press, top stitch and put it through this seam here. So first I'm going to rip open our seam. Yeah, sometimes when I'm really focused on filming I totally forgot to do things. Okay, and also this one is a little, you see the red little dot that goes inside. It prevents from like tearing your fabric. It's a bit harder when you get to the back stitch area. So this is going to be opened and then I'm going to put our pocket in between. Okay, for this I'm using the ruler that can take the heat of the iron. So we just like, what we're going to do is, so we want to fold it inside. So you're going to go, I'm going to zoom in. I will also put anything that I use, the link in the description for you guys to check that out. So I'm going to go like this and you're going to fold it and bring it to 1 centimeter like this, and then you're going to press with your iron. Sorry guys, here we go. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring it onto the fabric and you're going to fold until you get to the 1 centimeter, and then we're going to press this down and we'll have a 1 centimeter fold. You can iron on here, it won't melt. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna go press this and top stitch. Okay, so I have top stitched the pocket and now we're gonna place the bottom right where it should be. And then we're going to put the seam on top, and we're going to lock it right here. Okay guys, so we have put our cute little pocket here, and now what I'm going to do is we're going to turn this around. This is the side, okay, and then the top part we're going to attach our top downwards, the right side to the bottom. Also, we have notches. Make sure to mark 4 areas. If you just put this back on, you can do snip, 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 4 areas, and then you put 2 onto the seams, and then you sew around. Very simple. I'm just gonna, okay, so we're going to put, this is the top of our side, and this is going to stitch on like this. We're going to put the right side onto the right side and sew all the way around. Make sure to pin everything in place before sewing. So I'm going to pin all around and sew, and also I'm going to do the same with the other part, and then I will get back to you guys. The brim, going to put them into each other like this. We're going to put seam to seam. Okay, so we're going to put seam to seam, and then we're going to sew all around the outer edge, not the top side, because we need to attach this to the side of our bucket hat. So you just put seam to seam, and then you're going to sew all around the bottom edge. Going to turn it to the right side, and then we're going to give it, you can also cut a bit of the extra seam allowance, but I like the bulky at the end. And then we're gonna fold it like this and give it a really good press. So if you just want to see the black on one side, make sure you don't press it like this. Make sure everything is under and maybe slightly on the top. Okay, so I gave it a really good press, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a top stitch all around with 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, just to here, not to the end, because I need this part to be sewn around the side. And then once we finish, we can continue doing the top stitches. We have our little brim, and I did 3 lines. And now I'm going to put this through. So you could also have it like this, or we're going to do the same color. I think the same color would be so much nicer. Something that you should pay attention to is with the easiest layer that you think you can work with, we're going to leave a few centimeters open because this is where we're going to turn it inside out when we're going to attach the second one. So first we're going to do one for the whole around the seam. We're going to sew the whole thing, and then for the other one I'm going to leave, as you guys can see, a bit open to turn it inside out. So I'm going to now just finish pinning this bit here. And then Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other layer exactly the same. So we're going to put this inside. Now we have 2 bucket hats in one. This is why I told you guys to leave a little gap to turn it inside out. If I can find my gap. There we go. So from here, we're going to turn everything inside out. And there we have our bucket hat. Okay, so here we can just do a hand sew and close this area. Okay, so what I do first, I make sure I have folded the 1 centimeter flat, and then I put them together as close as possible. So you close these 2 really close, and then it's easier to stitch with a hand stitch. And there we have our closed seam. You cannot tell the difference, guys. It's perfect. It might need a really good press or a little steam, but I will do that tomorrow. This is our final bucket hat. As you guys can see, it's reversible. You can also use the inside that I created this pattern, and also the outside with the black and white print. My bucket hat will be available on my website, so I will share the link through my description, and also the pattern, the digital pattern for this bucket hat is available on Etsy, and also you can get it for free if you subscribe to my Instagram. So my Instagram channel, the subscription is only $99 a month, so with that you can have access to any digital pattern that I create, and access to so many other things that you don't really see if you're not subscribed. So yeah, if you're interested, please head to my Instagram and subscribe and get to download this pattern and all other patterns that are coming very, very soon. Until my next tutorial and my next design, I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you. Bye.